I can't.
Come on, Dave. You didn't say it to me. I said it.
Yeah, say it again.
Hold it. He's going.
That's how Matt went.
Oh, I heard you. Finally, someone speaks up.
Every
Hey,
twelve.
stop talking. What?
Woo.
I'm gonna do it.
Run away. You're the lady.
I'll do it. Not me.
Hey, you guys have to be quiet because they can't hear.
He just flipped on me.
How come there's not a problem with the girls section? They all.
Really?
Stop
No.
that, Jojo.
There's
a problem.
They're girls. Yeah, they're girls.
Especially Kelly.
We see if it comes out the same word.
Ryan. You're not stupid. What? I don't know what he said. Ryan, look at him. Look at him.
Adam started?
Adam,
Oh, that was helpful.
Is that the word?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but the last person was supposed to say it, not the third person in line.
Alright, Joanne, you can go next.
He kept laughing.
You guys aren't supposed to tell each other.
CBGB.
Can I do it?
Quietly whisper though.
Alright, you sit down.
It's got to be clear.
No, I tried to go upstairs.
Oh, here, Brian.
I do a long one.
Brian.
Oh, what? He was trying.
Talk about
Do it clearer.
Oh, I heard that.
Let's Brian go upstairs just to destroy
Yeah,
something?
he's destroying Adam's room.
Who?
Want to do it?
He's gonna destroy the toilet.
I don't think Jay is big enough to stop him though, that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's focused. You can't. Just see if it looks focused.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe it's my contact.
When it comes back to me, I say, don't I? No, when it comes to David says it last. No. Yes.
Yes, David would say it last.
Not you, because you know what it is. You started it, right?
Yeah, David did that last year. No, she
He says that.
didn't.
Sure you can say it? Sure.
Does he have this year?
Don't tell him.
This is good, Adam.
I know I'm not going to.
Does he like it? Ryan.
Remember it?
No, you don't.
Ryan's on.
Hi, Brian. I want everybody to say hi to Josh.
Hi, Josh. We miss you. Hope you're feeling better. We miss you, Josh.
Feel better. Jump over him. Plow through. It's okay, you're bigger than them.
Yeah, right.
Did we get to the end yet?
Say this is
Did we get to the end yet?
Any message to Larry? Or?
Who's the next show?
I hope we sign Reggie.
Yeah, are we up yet?
the kid with the gray sweatshirt. He's the tough guy.
Boston?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you the tough guy in class?
No.
He's bigger than you.
He's not. I am.
Matt's bigger than Adam. Adam's
Yeah.
big. You can ask the girl. We'll only get the right answer if we ask the girls.
Yeah, which one's the tough one, girls?
Not either
None of them.
one.
None of these guys.
Not me.
Should say it.
You're not a girl, are you? I think you wear lipstick. You're Tell him, Austin. Supercalifragilistic.
Oh my gosh, how did they not get that?
Well, he didn't expel that's all. This kid doesn't.
Alright. My name is Mary Borland Collins, but all my friends call me Mary, so I hope we can be at least friendly today, you know, and you don't call me you know. So, I need to know first if you guys like to have fun. So if you do, don't tell me, don't just show me. Hands on your head if you like to have fun. Hands on your nose. Hands on your knees. Hands on your toes. Hands on your ears. Wiggle them. Great. Relax. You guys like that fun. Okay, we're in a good spot then. Great. Now, what I do generally when I meet with people is we do both magic and stories, but we have to agree on a magic word first. So, Adam, do you have an idea that you would like to use for your party here for a magic word that you can think of? It can be anything, whatever he wants. And generally, birthday persons, but if you don't have any ideas, abracadabra, that's perfectly fine. That's a wonderful word. Anybody else have an idea that they can think of? In the back.
Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. I like the hand raising. Good job. What's this? Good word. Pizza. Are you hungry? Yeah. I'm always hungry myself, right?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Say that 5 times fast, huh? That's a good long
Peanut
one
butter
too.
and jelly sandwich. Peanut butter 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 and jelly sandwich.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Hands down, everybody. You know what? We're gonna use abracadabra because that was Adam's choice. Okay. Now, to do this, I found that it really works well to do magic all together. And you have to do it all together, because if somebody drops the ball, sometimes the magic doesn't work, okay? So we have to try practicing all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. But you have to say the 1, 2, 3, abracadabra, so we're all together. You ready? One more time. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. We're ready. Okay. So if I do anything like this, that means you're going to say,
1, 2, 3.
right. Okay. Got it? Got the signal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The only thing I forgot was my magic wand. I think I put it in here, and this is my this is a cool little bag. So
I've seen one of those.
Do you have? If you know magic, by the way, you have to. That's not my magic wand. I don't know. What is it? No.
It's a bunny.
Well, certainly it is not my magic wand. What's your name? Allison, stand up here. Would you hold? Can we clap for Allison, please? Now I know the magic wand's in here somewhere, and I probably just have to turn this inside out, right? Because I know it's right there. Allison, we have a theme going here. Yes.
It's the cat in the hat.
No, where did the diamonds on the outside go? I know it's in here somewhere, and I'll find it as soon as I.
The cat in the hat.
How would you like it? Clover, right? That's not it though. Now where did the? Oh, I don't know where the diamonds went either. Now wait a minute. Rabbits don't eat bananas, do they? We're out of theme. I don't know. Maybe we're getting closer to the magic wand then. There's only one thing left, and there's a secret pocket. Do you think you have a hand that you could look into the secret pocket? Open it. Oh, there's not an alligator in there. There was last time. It's terrible. Well, that's not it either, but actually this is part of what I was going to do next, so I guess we'll have to just go without a magic wand today. Thank you very much, Allison, for your help. That was I don't know, that's not what I was looking for, but there really was an alligator there last time. You don't believe me, but there is. So the next thing we're going to try and do is we're going to do magic with I'm going to put this into my fist, sort of stuff it in there. It's a little cranky-hanky. It's sort of like 3 years old, and it doesn't want to do anything I say. Stay. Okay, now you're going to make it disappear.
1, 2, 3, abracadabra.
And it's gone. Up the sleeves. No, it's not there. It's not here. It's over here. No, it's over here. It's over there. No, it's over there.
He said that.
I think you made it disappear. Would you clap for yourselves? Huh? That was good. Yeah, a little help from my friends and things disappear. Now, tricky as it may seem, I lose things all the time. But bringing them back, now there's the trick. Let's see if you can make that silk come back. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
It's dark in here. That's what I was going to say. You sure you put it here? You sent it somewhere else. You clap again. That was wonderful. That was amazing. Wow. Now, if you could do 1, how about we try 3? And we'll put them in. What do you think of my fancy hat? It's a... Oh, all right. You have to be technical on me. It's not really a hat. It's a bag, and there's nothing in it. And I thought I'd put them all in here. And then we do whatever you feel like doing, because it's your party, okay? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. Okay, here, right here, young man. You're going to put your hand in there, and he's going to show us that whatever you did, either make it disappear. What did they do? Oh, cool! You know how to do tie-dye! Yeah! That's great! I really like that. Now, wait a minute. Now, what'd you do with the, other one? Well, guys, I hate to say this is beautiful and everything. I really like your work, but, you know, I need the other 3 silks for this other trick. So I'll put it back in, and maybe you can, you know, hopefully bring them back. Okay? All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. Adam, how about if you put your hand in there and you tell us what they... Very nice, very lovely, beautiful work, wonderful, thank you. And I really like that tie-dye one, so maybe we'll have that come back another time. That's great. Now, the next story I'm going to tell you, actually, it's actually a friend of mine also named Adam. It's not this Adam, but it's a guy named Adam I know. And this kid named Adam, one morning, he was in his house. Actually, it was afternoon. It was after school and everything. And his mom has like a home office in the house, you know. And she was yelling at him. She said, Adam, hurry up. You're going to be late for soccer practice. Now move it. Hurry up. And she's yelling at him. And Adam was sort of poking around. And, you know, taking his sweet time. He goes, all right, Mom, I'm going. And he goes to the hall closet, you know, and he opens it up, and he's rummaging in there for his shin pads to bring, you know. And they was, you know, taking his sweet time, and his mother comes out of her home office with this empty mug, probably going to the kitchen, you know, to get something else to put in it. And she's walking by, and all of a sudden she stops short. What are you still doing here, she said. And then she gets that worried mother look on her face. Oh my God, are you sick? And she puts her hands on her forehead, you know, the whole bit, you know. No, Mom, I'm not sick, honest. Are you sure? I'm not. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I'm going. Out the door. I'm gone. Poof. And he's out the door. He started a slow jog, you know, so she wouldn't catch up with him. And he's running toward the town green, and they had this big field that they had these soccer, you know, practices at. And so he was going toward there. And he thought, you know, I really used to like soccer. You know, I really did. I mean, I'm good. I'm only one of 2 or 3 kids on the whole team who plays forward during the games and everything. And the coach even has said I've been really good lately and everything. It's just that darn Bruno. Bruno was a kid he never noticed until 2 days ago. Last practice, okay? And Bruno, who he never knew, he never made fun of Bruno. He hardly even talks to Bruno. And Bruno came over to him while he was putting on his shin pads before the practice and everything. And Bruno started saying things to make his face turn red. He was just about to jump up and choke him to death, almost that kind of feeling, you know? And Ms. Williams, their coach, he was saved by the bell because Ms. Williams, the coach, blew on the whistle, and she said, okay, people, let's get warmed up. And they started doing their practices. They had to run forward, and they had to run backwards, and they had to run sideways, and they had to run sideways, and they were trapping the ball, and they were practicing the kicking and all that kind of stuff. And whenever Ms. Williams, their coach, was looking the other way, Bruno would come over and go, yeah, right into his shins. And he had, like, thank goodness he had those shin pads on, you know, because he would have had really bruised shins then. So he spent the whole entire practice trying to get away from Bruno. And he hissed at him one time. He says, cut the hacking, Bruno! Or what, said Bruno. What are you going to do? And that's just it. Adam didn't know what to do. You know? If he told, then he could get this name that he was a tattletale. Or even worse, if he called a baby. Oh, not a baby. And if he didn't tell, he would get all beat up, and they might get into a fight, and then the worst thing would happen, and he wouldn't get to play in the game that was coming up. He really didn't know what to do. So anyway, this is why today, you know, that when he was going to practice, that he was taking his sweet time getting there. And he got there just as practice, the beginning part, the warm-up, was over, just like he hoped. And he gets there, and Miss Williams, you're late, young man. Well, sorry, Miss Williams. You see, I was doing my homework, and I got so caught up into it, I just didn't realize the time. He was hoping she'd be sympathetic and everything. But she said, young man, she said, what if it were game day, and you would let your teammates would be missing you being here, and you got to learn responsibility, young man, she said. You're going to wait till second half of practice before you play. I really do like the fact that you're studying, though, so you'll play second half, okay? Sit on the bench. So he went over to the bench. And he took his handkerchief. They had these handkerchiefs where they were. They used to wear them like this around their heads to get the sweat and everything, you know. And he had 2 of them for the game, and it was really blowing. The wind was blowing and everything. And so he decided he was going to tie them together so he wouldn't lose one of them, because sometimes that could happen. And he thought to himself as he was sitting there, "Whew, at least Bruno won't get me this time." So he's tying it, and then he realizes that it's not going to stay. The wind is blowing. So he takes one of those cones, you know, those big orange cones. You're going to be a big orange cone. Okay, what's your name? Amy, stand up for a minute. Big orange cone. Sorry, Amy. I didn't. There you go. You guys sit down on that. Go ahead, sit on that. Very good. Big orange cone kept his stuff out of the way. And then he warmed up a little, you know, jogged in place, did all the running, the sideways and the backwards and the forwards, and he practiced and everything. And he was in the second half of the game, and he played pretty well, and he really stayed away from Bruno. And he was like, whoosh, it's going to be a good day after all. And then practice ended, and just when he thought he was home free, Bruno started to roll. And he started to go, who stole my tie-dye handkerchief? And Adam's sitting there going, who would want your smelly, stinky handkerchief anyway? And as soon as he said it, guess who loomed up over his shoulder? Bruno. And Bruno was leaning over his shoulder saying, what did you say? I bet you stole it on me. I'll teach you. And then he would add him up in a flash. And Adam heard the crack of his knuckles on his cheek. And he felt this stinging. And he felt his arm giving him a right jab right in the stomach. And there was dust flying everywhere. And legs and arms and feet and everything all over the place. And Miss Williams came running over and she started tearing him apart. She said, hey guys, what is the problem here? And then she gave him the whole lecture about you don't need your fists to fight. You can use words. And the whole lecture, you know that whole lecture? We've heard this before. I heard that too. So anyway, so they get through this lecture, and then her last words to them, and by the way, boys, you will not be playing the next game until, so that'll give you time to work out whatever your problem is together. Well, Bruno, he dashed off in one direction, fuming. And Adam, he was sort of fuming a little too, and he was so mad he picked up that cone and almost threw it across the room. Well, go ahead, I'm not going to throw you across the room, honey. All righty. And there, oh no, he said, that's Bruno's. And then he said, I must be insane, and he went running after Bruno. Bruno, he said, wait a minute, I didn't do it, so I don't know how it got here. And Bruno, why, man, why? Are you picking on me? And Bruno turned around, and Adam thought he had been crying. He said, man, because you play better than I do, and everybody likes you. You never talk to me. Adam didn't know what to say. So he thought for a minute, and he said, so Bruno, how long you been playing soccer? And they got to talking about soccer. And then they got to talking about parents. And then they got talking about school, and then they found out they were both the youngest kids in their family, so they talked about what that was like. And before you know it, they started playing with each other, kicking the ball around just any old time. It didn't matter if it was soccer practice or not. And they found out they both liked science and everything, and magic and all kinds of things. And so they would go to each other's houses after a while, and they would do things like this. I'll show you one of the things that they did together. Let me see. I think it was Bruno who came up with this idea. He took a piece of paper and he rolled it up like a cylinder. Okay? And Adam, would you like to come up and help, please, for this? Just like you to stand right here. Yeah, hold on to the ends like this. And what you're going to do, sweetheart, is you're just going to go, ta-da, like that. Okay? And I'm going to stand behind you with this magical thing. And you guys aren't going to be, you're going to be amazed, right? We're going to change this into a different shape. Okay? Now, don't tell them this is good. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! New shape.
I know you fooled it.
Did I really? Did I say I was going to make the pyramids of Egypt in stone in this room? No, I just said I was going to make a new shape, didn't I? You want to see how it works?
Yeah.
Very simple. Cylinders. You can make equilateral triangles the same size, and you're right, you pre-fold them, but you don't try not to make it noticeable. And then you go like that, right behind. So, you know, Bruno and Adam thought that was pretty cool. They didn't know you could do that before. Thank you for helping, by the way. That was really cool. And there was another one. I'll put this down just in case I don't have any spills or anything, you know. You guys like to read?
Yeah.
I love to read. I used to read like under the covers with a flashlight. My mother used to yell. But I mean, hey, it's probably why I wear glasses. She keeps telling me. But anyway, here I have this paper. You see, it's a regular. This is the travel section. And one day, I think it was Adam this time who showed this trick to Bruno. And he said, Bruno, watch, I can make water disappear. No problem. Watch. Ta-da! I made a mouthful of water disappear, didn't I? And Bruno said, that's not quite very magical at all. You know, can you do better than that? And he said, all right. I'm gonna. What usually happens, Bruno, when you pour water on paper? What happens to the paper? It gets wet, exactly. It gets big splotches. Sometimes it even tears, right? So Adam says, well, I can make water disappear. Watch. But we need magic, though.
1, 2, 3, abracadabra.
Oh no, is it coming out the bottom?
No.
Wait 1 second. Here it comes. I'm going to open it up. Ah! Inside, there's going to be a big wet spot right in the middle of the paper. It's not here. I know, if I turn it upside down, it's going to come down on your head's front row. Be careful. Do you think you have an umbrella today? No. Oh, I know, it's sunny outside, but you're going to get wet! Okay, ready? Ah! I think you made the water disappear. Now wait. I made water disappear, but I couldn't bring it back, right? So magically, let's see if you can bring it back. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Please come back.
Whoa. How does that do it?
Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that was a good one. We like that trick too. Yeah. And I think this one Bruno showed Adam. 1, 2, 3 red circles or balls, right? He put them over here. Okay, now let's see. What's your name right here?
Austin.
Austin, come on up and help if you've done this before. Okay? Now you have to.
I haven't done it before.
And Austin, turn around. Clap for him again. One more time. Austin, smile. Very nice smile. You're going to put one hand out, just your palm up for me, okay, honey? And we're going to take one red circle and put it in Austin's hand. Austin's just going to hold on to it like, just both hands curved around. Here we go. This hand over. And Austin, we'll get your buddy right here, right next to him. What's your name?
John.
John, come up. Can we clap for John, too? One hand over, one hand under, like this. Come over on this side so people can see the hands. Very good. Now we got 2 guys with 1 circle or 1 red ball. We don't want them to fight, do we? Nah, we're going to take one of these 2 red balls, which I'm going to handily put in my hand, and you're going to, boom, send it into their hand. Okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Boom. Open up. Pretty good, huh? How did you do that? I don't know. Let's try that again. Wait a minute. I know Now, I don't know. I don't believe that really works. So maybe perhaps we should try this one more time. Would you like to come up and help me? What's your name? David, come on up. Can we clap for David, please? Open up the hand. David is going to take 2 in his hand, just like, the other one. Here, oh, sorry. Did I hit you? I hit him in the head, didn't I? Hold on tight. Right there with the hat on. Who's that in the hat? Come on up, Jen. You like your hat, sweetheart. Oh. Come on. One hand's over, one hand's under. One hand's over, one hand's under. And one more little person. How about right here? What's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel? Come on, Rachel.
I'm right here. I see you. Go on.
You don't want to, honey? That's all right if you don't want to. I'll do it. All right, who hasn't helped before? Right there in the overalls. What's your name?
Derek.
Derek. Clap for Derek. Yeah. Derek, you come behind them and put one hand over and one hand under. Now we have 2 kids with, no, we have 3 kids with 2 circles, right? And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go in the back over here. How am I going to get back here? Excuse me. Pardon me.
All the way back.
All the way back. Wait, over here in the corner, right? You ready? I'm going to put it in my hand. Hold on tight. Now, folks, do you think this can work? I hope so. Good. Now we're going to watch it all go flying magically through the air and through all those hands. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Now hold on. Did you guys feel anything?
No.
Hold on. Let's see. Open up. How many do you have?
3.
3. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you folks. You can all sit down now. That's pretty cool. All right.
I know how you did it.
Now the other thing is, by the way, if you know magic, you have to promise to keep the wonder alive and not tell your neighbor, okay? Let them think about it, okay?
I know what it is. I know.
Hands on your head, everybody. Hands on your ears.
He doesn't feel good. So
Wiggle your nose.
him the tea.
Right, how about just high?
Relax your face. Now what happened with Bruno and Adam next is one day they were waiting in school. They were late. They were waiting for the late bus to go home. And they were hanging around and they got thirsty and they didn't want to go to the usual water fountain. You know, it's boring. So they went into the science room that they had there, you know. And this particular science room, they had these neat faucets that look like swan necks, you know. And they had these low black counters and you could put anything on and it wouldn't destroy it. It was amazing. They could withstand any bomb explosion practically. Well, anyway, they were waiting there, and in the room that particular day, they had these huge models of dinosaur bones. They were plaster copies of dinosaur bones. And they wrote on top of them, pretending they were riding dinosaurs and everything. And they went over and they found, like, the 1993 January issue of National Geographic has a great article on dinosaurs. And so they were looking through it, and they were reading it and everything, and all of a sudden, they kind of noticed something that, like, yeah, we forgot. What did we come here for? To get a drink! Right, okay, so they went over to the little faucet, and they went... Didn't even use the glass, you know? Both got a sip, and then Adam splashed Bruno, and Bruno splashed Adam. They laughed, and they giggled, and they spilled a little. And then they said, well, we better get going, they said. And I said, wait a minute, I got this water all over my nice jet black backpack. I want to get it cleaned up. And they went looking for paper towels. And all they could find was these tissue paper. Come on up, Adam. Adam's going to help me with this one. Okay? And Bruno said he knew that he could tear this stuff up and then do something magical with it. So go ahead, you tear that up. They both stood there, and they tore it. They tore it up. Oh, good. You get practicing for the present part, you know? Very nice, very nice. How you doing? Yeah, I'm squishing and whipping and munching and crunching and making it small. Are you almost done? Okay. Let's see here. Let's put it in with mine. Right here. Let's hope it all fits. Alright, now everybody, let's do the magic. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Okay, let's see what I have here. We have, oh my, it looks to be the official dinosaur watching hat of America. Of course, you have to be like 1,005 years old or something to wear this because you're going to be watching dinosaurs till you're millennia old, since there aren't any to watch anymore. So we'll just put the official dinosaur watching hat on him. And, well, I think it looks magnificent. Congratulations, you're an official member of the Dinosaur Watching Club! Yay!
There it goes. It came out.
Very nice, very nice. So they were doing all these kind of goofy things, and they noticed over there by the by one of those necked faucets, those swan neck faucets, they saw this really weird looking test tube. Yeah, and it looks like somebody had repaired it and everything. It looked like really a mess. What is this? Said Adam. And Rose, I don't know. Let's pour the stuff into a container and see what we got here. Oh, it's empty. Just a bead, I think. I think it's just a plain old wooden bead. Doesn't that look like plain old wooden bead to you? Yeah, I mean, it's just all... Why would somebody be doing an experiment with plain old wooden beads? This is pretty lame, you know? And Bruno said, well, they gotta have something special about them because they wouldn't just have these things in the science lab if there wasn't something special about it. I don't know what it could be. So they started to think, who would do this and all this kind of stuff, you know? And that's what they started to do. They just started to put it all back in, figuring, well, it's somebody's experiment. We might as well just do it right. And they just, you know, any old way would matter, you know. Put it in. They chatted some more, you know. And then they heard bzz, bzz, bzz. That was the buzzer for the late bus. They were going to miss their buses. Oh, no, said Adam. Not again. I can't miss the late bus again. I'm going to get creamed if I do. And so they started to run. Well, they forgot that they had spilled water on the floor. And so they went skidding through the puddle and wow! Oh my goodness, what happened? How did that? Who did that? I don't know. But we we're gonna be late. We can't look at it now. Come on, go on, put it down, put it down. So they put it down, and they ran out, and they talked about it the whole way home. What's going on? Who put that there? Who did it? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. All this kind of stuff. And the next morning, they decided to go in early, and they left a little note, and they tried to clean up the floor and everything, and they left a note right by the stuff, and they said, "Sorry if we messed up your experiment. It looks interesting. Can we help you next time?" And they signed their names. And pretty soon, there were 3 young scientists who worked after school together. And the 3rd young scientist was named Mariposa. And Mariposa, she was Spanish and Chinese, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure what she was exactly. But anyway, when she introduced herself to them, she said, "Hi, I'm Mariposa. I'm a lepidopodist." Oh, I think that's how you say it. She studied moths and butterflies. That's what she did. And she said, "Here you go. You want to see something?" She goes, "I got a collection. Here." And she showed them all her monarch butterflies. And she had, I think a yellow swallowtail and a lunar moth. Luna moth, I think it was called. And all kinds of beautiful butter. She also, I think she was Japanese. That was it. She knew origami. That's what this is, folks, if you know origami.
A butterfly.
So there should be one for everybody. I hope there is.
Jimmy doesn't have one. I don't have one.
Well, you know what? You have 2. Please share. Okay?
Here's one. Adam has too many. Who needs one?
Who needs one? Don't worry, I have extra paper.
I don't have a butterfly.
You have some extra over here. This gentleman has some extra.
Who needs some?
She's right behind you. Oh, right behind you. Gosh, you guys are doing a good job too. I appreciate that. That's pretty great. She also showed them, besides her butterfly collection, she showed them this little string story she learned from a person who was from, I think, almost up in the Arctic Circle. This is from the Inuit people.
What is this?
This is called, no, it's not, but you may look like that initially. This is a string story like that. Okay, it starts off with 2 Inuit people fishing, one over here and one over here. And they're sitting there fishing away, and then all of a sudden, somebody breaks a line. "Can I borrow some fishing line?" "Sure, thank you." Goes back to fishing. And then this fishing person over here, runs out of bait. "Oh no! Can I borrow some fishing bait?" "Sure, thanks, you're welcome." And they fished, and all of a sudden the wind blew, whoosh, whoosh, and their chatter even through their clothes because it was so cold. And we don't know who came up with the idea, but one of them came up with the idea, "Let's build an ice house. Get out of the wind." Great idea. So they packed up their fish that they caught in their gear over their shoulders, and they started cutting through the ice. And they started cutting through the ice and working together, and pretty soon there they were. They had an ice house. You see the ice house? There it is. And she was resting on one side, and he was resting on the other side, and all of a sudden they heard, she said, "Are you getting a cold?" He said, "No, that wasn't me. That wasn't you. That wasn't me. That wasn't you. That wasn't me." Then who was it? It was a polar bear high up on an ice cap, coming straight down toward them and the fish. Well, they dropped their fishing poles so fast, and one ran to the east, and one ran to the west. Dun, 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 dun. And no one knows where they are today, but we think that polar bear is living in that ice house. And that was one of the string stories that Mariposa taught to the guys. So that was one of her string stories. She had another string story she thought that she learned from,
Oh, I see this.
this is one where she called the 3 dogs from the Huskies, the 3 husky dogs. There's one husky.
They played today.
There was one husky dog with a teeny-weeny itty-bitty tail. There was another husky dog with an average-sized tail. And there was another dog who had a very long tail. Very long. And they would run around and try and catch some food. You know, nachos, please, nachos. And of course, you know, the people would throw whatever scraps they had at the dogs. And there was some time went by, and one of the dogs with the tiniest tail said, "You know, I think these people give more food to the dogs with the longer tails. I wish I might have a longer tail tonight." And then the dog with the average tail, just like everybody else's tail, saying, "You know, I noticed that they give more food to the dogs with the longer tails, and they hug those dogs with the little tails a lot more. I wish I might have a different tail tonight." And then the dog with the long tail said, they run away from me. I don't know why. But sorry. They run away from me. They're scared of me, and nobody wants to be my friend. I wish I had a smaller tail. I wish I might have a smaller tail tonight. Big, little. Nobody liked the tail they had. That figures, right? So there was a wise Inuit child there who said, I think if you wiggle, waggle your tails, wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, swiggle, swaggle, just like that, right there, then, perhaps, we can do magic, and it'll all work out. Now see, said the Inuit child, it's all the same size. No more fighting, and they said, that's why you wear glasses. Look, we got some hanging out over here, and we got some hanging out over here. This calls for a little magic, don't you think?
Yeah.
Come on, Adam. Come on up and help, please. All right, Adam. You look strong. You look strong and healthy. I want you to grab onto the ends here. Hold on tight. You're gonna pull one way. I'll pull the other way. I'm gonna stretch these tails. I hope you don't hear any yelping. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Magic word. Okay. Pull. Ah! Oh, gee, Adam. You didn't tell me you were that strong. Whoa, babe. I didn't know. Pretty good, huh? So the dogs, with their tails all the same, went running back looking for food, and all the people in town said, boring, these dogs are all alike, how dull. We like the dogs better when they had their own personalities and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to feed them anything. Not going to feed us anything? Oh, no. They did everything they could think of to get something to eat, and they weren't given anything, so they went back to the Inuit child. Oh, please, let us have our tails back the way they were, please. And the Inuit child said, well, I hope we can do this. I don't know. And so the child put them in hand, gently. We don't want any yelping going on. Now remember, we had a little one, a bigger one, and a biggest one, right? I hope it works. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Okay, let's take them out now. Take them out one at a time. Let's see. I don't know. That's that. But they're all that way.
That's a heck.
Pretty good, huh? Thank you. And another trick that Mariposa taught them was a rope trick that she said sometimes, when you're catching butterflies, you have to make a net and everything. And sometimes it's good to have rope whenever you go out into the fields and things, because you never know what you might need. And sometimes a big long piece of rope like this is just too big. So you take it like this, gentlemen, and you put the two ends together, and you pick up the belly that's hanging out there, just like that, and you take your handy-dandy field scissors, and you chop it. And as you can see now, how many pieces of rope do I have?
2.
So smart, aren't they? Oh, so smart. So they started to tie. She says, now, sometimes you will see that having 2 pieces of rope is, well, sometimes you need a long one. And after you cut it, you realize it. So she said, there, now I have one long piece. But sometimes knots get in the way of catching butterflies. So you need to trim it. And I promised to clean up after myself. You know how parents can be. And grown-ups and everybody. Sometimes make a mess. But, that's still a little lumpy. Still not good enough for catching butterflies, said Mariposa. So I'm going to wrap it around my hand, and you're going to say the magic words, and that knot's going to disappear. You ready?
1, 2, 3, abracadabra.
Okay, what's the magic word? Abracadabra? I hope it worked. You never know. So maybe it should be Mariposa. And it's smooth from top to bottom. Very nice. Could you clap again for yourself? Very nice. Very nice. Very good. And there was one other trick that she knew with ropes that she was pretty good with these rope tricks. Okay. Let's see. Have you helped me already? I don't think so. Come on up. What's your name? Kelly. Can we clap for Kelly, please? Kelly, what I'd like Kelly to do is take the 2 ends like this. Very good. And I'm going to put the rope in the middle, and you're going to tie that onto there. Okay? Just tie a little knot so it stays on the ropes. So what I have is 2 silks. And we have 2 ropes, and she's tying on the very first blue rope. That looks like blue rope?
No.
I knew I have to get my glasses checked. How you doing? You tying it on tight so it won't fall off? Oh, you made a beautiful knot, honey. Let's do it a little tighter next time, okay? Let me see if I can get this off here. So do it a little, pull it all the way down like that. There you go, now just pull it on. Good. Nice job. Very good. Now you're going to do it again with my lovely art. Now there's nothing fancy about these. You can see they're just plain, ordinary, right? No holes in them or anything, right? Go ahead. You're going to tie those on now. Okay. Then I'll tell you the secret to this trick. Very good. I think one knot will do, don't you? No, you want to do two? Fine. It's her tying job, right? Okay. Very nice. Now you can see they're not going to just slip off any old way, right? The idea with this trick now is to see if you can take these two and have them slide right off. And the other thing, and what we're going to try and do, is to make the two ropes into one rope, like that. I'm going to kind of fuse them together, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to hold it. Sorry. Now, everybody, parents, were you believing? Sometimes the parents begin to talk and we lose them, you know? I don't know. All right, so put your hands in a nest. Like a nest. Make a nest. Good. I'm just going to gently put them down in here, and we'll, let's just get all of it in here.
Hey, you guys are talking, you have to concentrate.
All right, you ready? Everybody concentrate. Now, we need one long rope, and those two silks are going to come right off. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Okay, let's see if it's going to work this. See when you concentrate, sometimes magic doesn't work, but I'd like to thank you very much for that. That was very helpful of you. I knew she had to help. Sometimes I forget to have my helpers, but I can feel the magic is waning a bit. And what I need to do now is, I think what we're going to do is give my friend Adam a present. Okay, Adam? My present. This just looks like a very simple cloth, right? Guatemala cloth or something like that, right? Now, are you ready, folks? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Ah, there it is. Did you ever get a bird caught inside? This is a red bird of happiness. See, and it flies. And I hope that you have a very happy birthday today and a very healthy year, and watch out for anybody else who may have these kinds of things. And that's my present anyway. I know it's not Nintendo, but you know, it'll have to do for this party, huh? Very nice. Thank you very much.
I know how to do that. I know how to do that.
Let's see if I have one more thing I want to do.
I got an origami set. I know how to
This is the one to remind us all that summer is coming. And my last string story I'm going to do, I think. Okay? Last thing. This is a string story about a woman who's a weaver. And she was weaving. And she was sitting there weaving. In and out, and in and out. And all of a sudden she heard bzzz. And she looked to the left, and she looked to the right. She looked up, she looked down. She didn't see anything. And she heard it again. She looked to the left, she looked to the right, she looked up, she looked down. What? Hey! That's not it. So she continued weaving. In and out and up and down, and all of a sudden right in front of her was a mosquito! You remember those from last summer? With the largest stinger you had ever seen in your entire life. Zoom, zoom, and it was heading straight for her face, and she smiled at it. And you know that? If you smile at a mosquito, they're so surprised they just hover. Oh, they're smiling at me. Ooh. And so slowly, she put her hands up. Got it. Ah, give my finger back. There we go. And that mosquito was gone. So that's another string story to remind us that, yes, as this melts, summer is coming.
Hi, Joshie.
Thank you very much for having me for this party. And I hope you had fun. Ah, yes, by the way, folks, these are origami butterflies. Now, this is a glider butterfly. If you hold it gently, if you have one that looks like this, you hold it gently by the tippy top, and then you just gently let it go, and it'll glide. You can also take a glider and hang it upside down and give it a headache, and it should go like that. That way. Now, if you have a flutterby butterfly, let me show you. This is a flutterby right here. This is also a butterfly. And these I like because they look most realistic to me. You put it down on a surface like that, you see? And then you just take your finger and go like that. Doesn't that look like it's alive? I really like these all. And this is origami, and I do have some origami instruction pamphlets. Maybe I'll leave some if people are interested in this. Or you can look it up in the library, because it's also a fun thing to do. Here, is this yours? Thank you one more time. Let me look for some of those. Maybe I'll leave them with you guys. if I have them, okay? And I don't know, what's next in the party here? Do we have a...
Cake. Like this? Cake! Right here, cake in a suitcase?
Yeah, I keep some of my instructions in here.
I see. Magnet.
Say hi.
Say hi, Ryan. Cookie magnet inside it.
They're empty, remember?
Barbara.
There's not a magnet.
Say hi.
Scout's honor. There's not a magnet.
Say hi to the cat.
Do I have a Holy Bible? Not with me, but at home, yes. Marker. Okay, because this is my coloring book, and my coloring book has no pictures in it, and I want you to draw me a whole ton of beautiful pictures. So get one right in the sky. Got it? Get a magic marker. All right. If you guys want to get one, go ahead. Ready? Okay. Now I want you to draw a clown or an animal or something like that for the coloring book. Now draw. All right. Or animal, circus animals. Everything lovely. Now put down. Calm yourself, please. We don't need any wild Indians here. Okay, put down the magic marker. Grab your picture. Now we're going to say our magic words, 1, 2, 3, abracadabra, and you're going to throw your pictures in. Gently. If you throw too hard, they might go right through the house and outside, okay? So we might lose it, so be careful. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. Now throw. Don't. Okay. Very good.
Get mine.
Well, I told you to do it, sweetie pie. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Lovely artwork you have. Very nice. Now, I think you can color without a magic marker. You want to see how? Scoop it off your sleeves, and your shirts, and your pants, and your skirts, and your ankles, and your socks, and your sneakers, and your shoes, and your shakes, and your hair. Roll it up.
I don't have any hair.
Well, your hat, whatever. Granted. All right. Hold on to your colors now. Don't let them seep on the rug. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra.
Throw him in. Let's get his hair. There we go. Okay. I feel like I've been blown away with color. I love it. Are you ready to look, sweetie pie? You ready? I hope it works. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it stayed in the lines and everything. Isn't that great?
Good job, Bryce.
Would you clap for yourself? Thank you very much, young man. You helped out. Well, that was my coloring book. Are you kidding me?
No, let's see it again.
Well, no.
Okay, now.
Wait a minute, I can get it.
Let's sit on the table. And then Adam, you gotta get up and blow the candles out.
Don't go near me.
Here, wait a minute.
Adam, wait. Wait, Joe.
Is it baseball, basketball, football? Where's the cake? Rice, sit down, honey.
Adam, go to the side.
I want to try
Wait, you gotta hold
Hanging it down.
You're running out of food.
Get better?
We're gonna have so much fun today!